Hi everyone, welcome back to Ace Language. My name is Rashid and today I have something really exciting to share with you. Pearson has started rolling out a brand new headset for the PTE Academic exam. It is called EPOS Impact 860 ANC headset. It's a noise cancellation headset and many test centers across Australia have already started using it. Pearson is expected to replace the old Andrea Edu 455 headset in test centers around the world within this year. I recently received one myself and after testing it extensively, today I'm going to compare it directly with the old Andrea Edu headset so that you know exactly what to expect in your next PTE exam. The very first thing I noticed was the design. The EPOS headset feels more modern, slimmer and more comfortable than the Andrea Edu headset. Personally, I found it much less invasive around my ears, especially during long periods of use. Yesterday, I actually used this headset to teach for almost 3 hours continuously, and throughout the session, I found the sound level very comfortable. So, from a comfort perspective, I would definitely say this is an improvement. Another feature I really like is the placement of the volume control. The EPOS headset has a dedicated volume button located just underneath the microphone. This allows you to adjust the listening volume very easily without needing to change any computer settings. It is a small feature, but one that makes the overall experience much more convenient. Now, let's talk about something every PTE student knows very well, the beep sound before speaking starts. Personally, I've always found the beep sound in the Andrea Edu headset unnecessarily loud. Sometimes it feels so sharp that it almost hits your ears. Using exactly the same computer volume, I compared both headsets and I immediately noticed that the beep sound from EPOS headset is much softer and far more comfortable. It is still clearly audible, but it is nowhere near as aggressive as the old headset. Now, before we continue, let's look at something a little more technical. Here you can see the audio waveform recorded using both headsets at exactly the same volume level. The Andrea Edu headset records with a slightly lower gain compared to the EPOS one, and the waveform produced by the EPOS headset looks noticeably smoother. But looking at the graph is one thing, what really matters is how they sound. So let's listen to both recordings side by side. Now, the world is increasingly turning to renewable energy sources to combat climate change and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Solar, wind, and hydroelectric power are among the key alternatives being explored. Governments and industries are investing in research and infrastructure to harness these clean energy sources, paving the way for a more sustainable future. The world is increasingly turning to renewable energy sources to combat climate change and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Solar, wind, and hydroelectric power are among the key alternatives being explored. Governments and industries are investing in research and infrastructure to harness these clean energy sources, paving the way for a more sustainable future. Now, can you hear the difference? To my ears, the EPOS recording sounds much smoother and more natural compared to the Andrea Edu headset. That is definitely encouraging news for PTE test takers. Next, I wanted to compare how both microphones deal with background noise. To test this, I played a podcast on my speaker and placed it very close to the microphone while answering one repeat sentence using both headsets. Let's listen to the recordings. The supermarket is located near the theater. The supermarket is located near the theater. Did you notice the difference? In the recording from the Andrea Edu headset, you can still hear a faint podcast playing in the background. However, that background noise is completely absent in the EPOS recording. Based on my own testing, the EPOS microphone does a much better job of suppressing background noise. Considering that PTE test centers can often be quite noisy, this could be a significant improvement for many PTE candidates. There are also a couple of interesting observations reported by students who have recently taken the PTE exam using the new headset in Australia. According to several students, they no longer hear the beep sound during the speaking section. Some also have reported that the microphone no longer shuts down after the 3 seconds of silence. I have not yet been able to verify these changes myself during an actual PTE test, so I cannot confirm them with certainty. However, if these reports are accurate and consistent across all the test centers, they would certainly be very welcome improvements for PTE candidates. Overall, after spending several hours testing the new EPOS headset, I genuinely believe it is an upgrade over the old Andrea Edu headset. It is more comfortable to wear, produces a smoother audio, has a softer and more comfortable beep sound, offers noticeably better background noise suppression, and includes a convenient volume control right on the headset. So, based on my experience so far, I think most PTE candidates will appreciate this new hardware. As Pearson continues rolling out the EPOS headset to more test centers around the world, I will continue testing it and sharing any new findings with you. So make sure you stay connected with ACE Language for the latest PTE updates, practical strategies, and real exam insights. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends who are preparing for the PTE exam. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.